All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. Welcome to the call. Go ahead and let me know where you're coming in from and if we are good to go. Lots covered today. We are recording this. It will be on our YouTube channel. I'll show you how to get to that a little bit later, but should be a good one. And if somebody wants to give me a website, so an agent that has an IDX website, during this call, I will walk through how to do a custom list of homes for sale to your website. Hello, Mark, William, good to see you. Joni, awesome. And Cheryl, Miss Kimball, very nice. So yeah, if somebody wants to drop in their agent IDX website, Boomtown, Real Geeks, Lofty, whatever you got. I'm in Calhoun, Georgia. Is it cold or is it nice? Georgia's crazy. Oh my God. I always think of Georgia as being so warm, but I know Atlanta can get hit. I'm not sure what Calhoun is, but I know Atlanta can get really nasty with that weather. The ice that they can get sometimes can be pretty debilitating for them all. So yeah, if you got an account, I want you to log in. If you got a second screen and you can log in, watch me do some stuff and actually do it with me, that'd be phenomenal. Might want to take a couple of notes, or again, like I said, you can always rewind or watch the video, pause, rewind as needed. When you log into Listings to Leads, you'll be on the dashboard. And so today, if anyone's got any special requests, let me know. I'll talk about how to do a Facebook ad where we've got custom questions, which help qualify the leads even better. And so as we go through that part of it, right, you always get name, email, and phone number with a Facebook lead ad, but we've got 3 default questions for buyer ads, and then we got 3 default questions for seller ads. So they're, depending on if it's a buyer or seller, they're customizable. There's over 20 questions for buyers. There's over 20 questions for sellers. Some of them are similar, just worded differently because, different parts of the country and different people. If you got another idea for questions that you think we should add to what we're doing here, please go ahead and send them to us. Would love to take a look at it. So we're going to talk about doing ads for a listing that is for sale, could be yours or borrowed. A listing that is pending or sold, could be the selling or listing agent. Selling agents where you're representing the buyer. We will look at a list of price reduced homes for sale to a landing page, maybe to an IDX website if somebody wants to give it to me. Maybe cash offers, and we can do down payment assistance or new construction. So let me know what you think. Maybe I'll do new construction as well. And that way we're going to kind of repeat the same process. So to really kind of stick with you, I hope, because these custom questions that we have for you really, really, really help with your lead follow-up, because as you tailor your custom questions, and I'll show you an example of what I mean by that right now. Here's an example of an open house ad that we'll take a look at. And there we all are together. Someone's bare chest. That's wonderful. So here's an example of an open house ad with a video. And when you click learn more, notice there's 3 questions. What's your time frame to buy? And these are the 3 default for the buyers. But again, they're customizable. Would you like my free ultimate guide to buying a home? Yes. Do you have a home to sell? So when we get a lead from Listings to Leads, whether it stays with us, it goes to your CRM automatically. Not only will I get the name, email, and phone number, but I'm going to get these 3 questions and their replies so that in my follow-up, I can tailor my follow-up to be a little bit more specific. So in this case, for example, knowing they want to buy in 1 to 3 months. Now, I kind of take that with a grain of salt. That's just more kind of an intent kind of a thing. But then they said yes to the ultimate guide to buying a home. Now that will be sent to them automatically. So in the autoresponder they get, that guide will be in the autoresponder automatically, branded to you, everything. So they're going to get that automatically. And then if they say they have a home to sell, in my follow-up, I'm going to mention the fact that they got the ultimate guide to buying a home, see if they've got any questions on it. It's over 100 pages long. And then I'm going to ask about the home that they have to sell. Would they like to get a free home value estimate, an equity check? Would they like any information about my home selling process? You've got the 100 plus point home marketing plan with listings to leads. I might send that to them. All right. Does that make sense? People hit continue, name, email, and phone number. Now, this ad here for open houses, ads for listings that are for sale. So coming soon, just listed, active open house, average about $4 a lead. All right. I'm sorry, about $3.50 a lead. And then the range was around between 2 and 8. Okay. So one of the things we're going to talk about today is, what do you do if you've got an ad that is performing well? All right. We don't want the ad to end necessarily. We might want it to continue. So how do we make sure that we have good ads that are continuing to run? Or alternatively, if an ad is performing badly, what do we do? Robert says they get it audio if you have AI follow-up, right? They get audio? What do you mean? Well, they will get the ultimate guide to buying a home. Well, okay, so Robert, you're referring to something else. Two things. One, they will get the ultimate guide to buying a home in this case automatically no matter what. Now, there are a couple of guides, I can't remember which ones, that the AI text follow-up will offer, and those also, I believe, are sent automatically. Yeah, yeah, they are. Yeah. All right. Here's another ad for down payment assistance. And so, for example, we have a lot of different PDF guides. All right. And I see people doing ads with the PDF guides all the time. Those are kind of great ads that you can do from a car. You could do it from a cafe, from a property. There is audio. And again, you click, learn more. What's your time frame to buy? What's the maximum monthly payment you're comfortable with? This is more for a lender, but just to show you all the different kinds of different questions. And then we've got a pending ad. And so these are going to be very different questions. Let me show you these questions. And these are the default, but we got a lot of great questions. And I'm just kind of showing off videos. What's your time frame to sell? Now check this out. Would you sell in the next 1 to 3 months if you got the right price? Maybe. And that is awesome. I've seen people where they're getting 2/3 of the people to say that they would sell in the next 1 to 3 months if they got the right price. Phenomenal. Because again, what is my follow-up going to do? My follow-up in this case is going to reflect the fact that they're looking to sell in 3 to 6 months, 12 plus, whatever it is, but that they might be open to looking at an offer if it was the right price. So what am I going to do? I'm going to follow up with them. I'll say, hey, Robert, thanks for responding to the ad about 123 Main Street that just went into contract recently. And I saw that you might be thinking about selling later this year and that you would perhaps look at an offer if you got the right price. What price are you looking for? Right. And Robert may be, a crazy person and say $5 million. And I'm going to say, great. When do you have 5 minutes for me to come over, take a quick look at the property, see if it's something my people might be interested in? I would love to be able to show it to them because I've got 23 buyers. I got 15 people looking for homes in the area right now. And some of them are actually pre-approved. They've been looking for months. All right. Does that make sense? If you're in an office, you might survey your office. You could reverse prospect the MLS, find out how many people are looking in the area, right? We want to throw a number out there so that they can see, right? Look at your IDX, look at your MLS search. How many people are looking for a home in that area so that we can let that homeowner know that, hey, listen, we've got people looking for properties in the area. Now, if maybe you only got one person, right? Then just say, I've got people looking for homes in Folsom. And if they're pre-approved, mention it. So yes, we are going to look at doing some awesome ads, images, videos, whatever you want. So what I'm going to do, let's go to listings. And so the first ad I'll do will be for a listing that is for sale. It could be coming soon, just listed, active, or open house. It could be yours or borrowed, doesn't matter. And I'll scroll down and I'll just pick an open house. I love open houses. Click the green market listing button. No matter what ad you're going to do, you always click the green button, and then you're going to see Facebook and Instagram ad right there. Now, we let you do retargeting. You can use custom audiences. They're not needed for a listing that's for sale. Now, if you want to do a second ad retargeting your leads, you can do that. But typically, you're just going to do an ad. You'll land here. All right, so you'll land in the work area. And notice I got location autofilled for the area of the listing. And that's what you want to leave it at, 85, 90% of the time. Radius is 15 miles. Definitely leave that there. All right. Especially if you're in a big city, because if I start expanding that too much, it's going to dilute my budget and you're going to need to spend more money to make sure that we don't dilute our budget per the audience. So typically, again, leave it at radius 15. I got a lifetime budget. I can go to daily if I want to, but I recommend lifetime. I also recommend $10 a day. It's going to start and end in 1 week. I can change the template. I can change the text. I can change to a video. I can change the images in the template, right? The color for the templates. I like the one, and it's right below. So when you click on change template, just kind of scroll down just a touch and you'll see what, like 21 different templates. I like the one with the image, with the main image on top and then 3 small ones on the bottom. I don't like carousel for listings. So if you're doing ads for a listing, don't do carousel. All right. Do not do carousel. And I also like red. Anything that kind of contrasts with the blue Facebook. So if you're with like Coldwell Banker, Sotheby's, maybe LPT, I think, right? They got the blue. We have a lot of LPT clients as well. The blue can kind of blend in and get lost somewhat in the Facebook newsfeed. I could click here to add a video. So you saw some of those ads I had video. And so I can upload a video. I can select video from my account. And it will take a few seconds to upload. So it'll process, and it'll take maybe 10, 20, 30 seconds to process the video. And then while we're waiting for that, those questions, you don't have to do anything. If you are fine with what we've got, you don't have to do anything. But if you click advanced options, and then right here, create new form. And then questions right there. There are the questions. Just open this up. And name, email, and phone number. That's always going to be default. We don't want to touch that. But then as I scroll down, notice, what is your time frame to buy? That's on. You can always turn them off, and you can actually rearrange. Would you like my free ultimate guide to buying a home? And do you have a home to sell? All right. Those 3 are currently on. Now check this out. Imagine this is new construction. Maybe it's a new construction home that I'm marketing. I might go, what is your time frame to buy? I like that one. Look at all these that we've got. Would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? And I tell you, all right, there we go. Would you like me to send you current builder incentives or specials? Boom. And like I said, I could actually drag it and rearrange. And now when I look at my list, what's your time frame to buy is first. Would you like me to send you current builder incentives? Would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? Man, I'm telling you, that would be a phenomenal one. All right. Because a lot of people are going to say yes to builder incentives if it's new construction. And anyone, whether it's a listing that you're marketing or not, to get a list of price reduced homes for sale is awesome as well. The ultimate guide to buying a home is great. Time frame to buy is great. So a lot of these, it's not like which one is better. It's which one is most appropriate for the listing. For example, would you like to find out about down payment assistance options? That would be great if it's like a mid to lower level home. And in particular, if you want to partner with your lender to get them to pay for some of your ad budget, or if you just want to refer them and, whatever. and you can see I can retarget. I got custom audiences. I'm not going to do that for this ad. There's my video and hit create ad. So Betty says, for a listing, is it better a video or pictures? It depends on the video, depends on the pictures. Hold on, let me minimize. There we go. It depends on the video and the pictures. All right. For the video, you want it to be short. It could be anywhere from 10 to 20 seconds. I love the examples I'm showing you here where you're in front of the house and maybe you're in front of the house, you introduce it, right? If you're looking for a beautiful home in Folsom with a beautiful pool and space for, great space, this is a wonderful property. Why don't you come in with me and tour it? And maybe it's a video and you're walking towards the door. Perfect. End it right there. Do not give a tour of the property in the video that you're going to use in the ad. Make sense? Yeah, Betty. So I would not put in a property video for the ad because they're just going to watch the video. And most people are not going to click through because there's going to be something in that video that they don't like. So what I would do is I would just stand in front of the house. All right. Or take the property video that you've got if you're not in it and ask them to clip a part where you're in front of the property going to the front door. Does that make sense? Because the ad, it's kind of like a trailer for a movie, right? It's trying to build excitement. So we wouldn't show the whole movie in the ad because then people are like, oh, I'll just watch the movie right there, or I'll just watch the whole video right there. You want to build anticipation. You want to build, at least excitement. Anticipation, I think, is the better word, right? You want to build them wanting more. And that's why I really love the idea of, like we saw here. If I scroll back, oh, no, that was a down payment. Let me go back here. And so, like we saw here, at the door, or maybe you're kind of in front more and then you walk towards the door, either way. But something like this would be great for a video. All right. Does that help you out with that question? I hope. Does Facebook get better leads for sellers than Google? But Google, people are actually searching for, where they get to Google. And we've got an amazing Google platform. Oh my gosh. For Google, it's awesome. But Facebook is great as well. I'm going to show you a cash offer ad a little bit later that the agent said is doing really well for them to get listings. But yeah, we've got an amazing Google platform, which I'll stow towards the end of this call today. Okay, that was a for sale listing. Let's go to a seller because I'm more excited about the seller. Did you know for pending listings, the average cost per lead was $8. $8. And those are seller leads. So if you got a home that you're in contract on, make sure, and you could be the buyer's agent or the seller's agent. All right. Just if you're the buyer's agent, just go add listing manual, status, right? Under contract, active contingent, pending, whatever it is. Take your own photo or do your own video. I'm going to give you some examples I'm going to give you some phenomenal examples of scripts to use for that in a minute. But pending, oh my gosh, are my favorite. So I'm going to go market listing, Facebook ads, and just sold came in at about $12. So it's still really good. All right. Again, just sold, we've got statuses, just sold listing agent and just sold selling agent. And you should, if you got a buyer where you closed a property in the last 2 to 3, if you want to go 4 to 5 months ago, that's up to you. But I would darn sure get that into my listings leads account, go by, take a photo of it, grab it off of Zillow, Google Street View, run it through Chat GPT to make it look perfect and use that as the image, or do a video. It might be a little bit hard to go do a video once the new people have moved in, unless you ask them ahead of time. But while that property is pending, I would actually do a couple of videos. I would do one for the pending, like similar to what I just showed you. And again, I'm going to give you some scripts in a minute, but I would pre-record. All right. When you're comfortable, maybe You wait till contingencies are closed and you're doing you're there for an inspection, or maybe the walkthrough. You get there half hour early and you spend 10, 15 minutes recording a quick video. I don't want to be recording a video and stressing out like, oh my God, they're going to be here in 2 minutes. I'm going to start getting a little bit nervous. I'm going to start messing up. But while the home is pending, all right, don't jinx it. All right. So wait, that's what I'm saying. Wait till, maybe the final walkthrough and then pre-record the video to run with your just sold, because I'm telling you, pending and sold, that's your success. And when you look at the scripts that I've got for you, they're absolutely phenomenal for both of them. But let's get back to just running a standard ad. So it's going to autofill location again. It'll do the radius, lifetime budget. So minimum of 10 for the buyers. I like 15 a day for the sellers. So pending, just sold, seller guides. In fact, I'll do a PDF guide ad today. So $105. It'll start and end in 1 week. That's always editable. Again, I can change the image template. I can throw in a video. I can change the color. I can change the pictures that are in this image template. All right. So I got and I can upload a Canva image. If I get an image in Canva that I want to use, I can upload that. It's up to you. All right. Look at this. Pending in Granite Bay. We still have 8 more buyers for homes in Granite Bay. So look at that. So I'm almost here using the golden letter idea. And I've even got in fact, let me show you right now. I'm going to give this to you because in here, you can come back later. If you want to click on this real quickly and come back to this call, or you can just ask for it in the mastermind group later. This is for pending and just sold. There are really 3 funnels that you can use. 1, home values have changed. That's the default. That's the one where it says 123 Main Street is now pending, expected to close soon. When it closes escrow, local home values will change, or nearby home values will change. 2 is that we have more buyers golden letter funnel, and that is the 123 Main Street has gone into contract, or 123 Main Street has sold. But we still have 23 more people looking for a home in the area. If you've got a 3-bedroom, 4-bath home, or a 3-bed, 2-bath home, 3,500 square feet, please click below if you might be open to looking at an offer. Right. And I got the language that's in here. And then there's the 100-point home marketing plan funnel. And that's the 123 Main Street has gone into contract, or 123 Main Street has sold. Our 100-point home marketing plan got 5,000 views for this home online and via direct mail in our database versus 436 at Zillow. If you're thinking about selling your home this year, click below to get our 100-point home marketing plan now. All right. And for each of these, you can open them up and you got some different scripts. Like, for example, here's a short form video script. And this would be phenomenal to go to, again, this might be what you pre-record while the home is pending for just sold. And similar with the, when the home is pending, to run while it's pending. All right. So right there, you can see 145 Main Street in Folsom just sold, thinking about selling soon. Here's how we got 10,000 plus, we might say, here's how we got more than 10,000 buyer views for this home compared to just 790 on Zillow. All right. Great script. And, Betty, this would be phenomenal to do in a video. This would be great as text above the image in the ad, or both. For the golden letter, we have more buyers, right? Here's the script. Here's the text. 145 Main Street in Folsom just sold, or 145 Main Street in Folsom just went pending. And I still have 8 buyers actively looking for a home in the area. What price would make it worth taking a look at an offer for your home? If you own a 3 to 4 bedroom home in Folsom, tap learn more and tell me your magic number. Even a range is fine. No pressure, no obligation. That as a video. I mean, are you kidding me? And I would do all 3. So Betty, what I would do, now I'm giving you even more homework, but what we recommend is when you got a listing that's pending or a listing that is sold, to do the ads 3 times. You're probably going to be in contract for at least 3 weeks. So week 1, I would run it as default, right? Home values have changed. Week 2, I would come in here, all right, come into the school, go to we have more buyers and click on Facebook, Instagram ad and just copy that text right there. Go into listings to leads, right? Pending in Granite Bay. And I'll just click and paste in the new text for the golden letter. And I'm going to change this. And let's see, 455 prospect circle. So and I can even say another home in. So I can say another home. And if I don't want to put the address, either way, another home in Folsom, just sold, is pending, and I still have. I'm going to look at my IDX. I'm looking at my MLS. I might just at the next sales meeting at my office. Hey, I'm running an ad. I just want to see who's got buyers in Folsom. Get a rough number. You could say, I still have around 23 buyers actively looking to buy a home. I could even put in some are already pre-qualified and have been looking for months. What price would make it worth taking a look at an offer for your home? And again, one more. Skip the showings, open houses, and hassle of listing your home to the public. No pressure, no obligation. So that would be the golden letter. We have more buyers funnel. And again, alternatively, we are on week 3. And if you request access, I'll get you in there as soon as we're done with the call today. If I wanted to do week 3 or on week 3, open up 100-point home marketing plan, come into here. I can just, again, copy that text, delete the default, throw that in there. And again, I can put the address or just put another home in Folsom just sold, another home in Folsom went pending, another home in Folsom is in contract. You get the point. Thinking of selling soon. Here's how we got 10,000 plus buyer views for this home compared to just 790 on Zillow. Our 100 plus point home marketing plan. There we go. Our 100 plus point home marketing plan puts your home everywhere buyers are looking and benchmarks it against top performing listings nationwide. So you get the strongest offers and maximum exposure. Want to see what this would look like for your home? Tap learn more for more information about this home and get your copy. That's awesome. I love it. Now check this out. Regardless of what you do here, location, lifetime budget, $105, start and end in 1 week. Again, I can change the template like we saw, add a video. It'll retarget by default, and you can add your Facebook pixel. You can add, any kind of pixel you want in listings to leads in your profile. Again, I can do a custom audience, but I'm going to look at those questions because check this out. Advanced options, create new form. And then I'm just going to open up the questions. Default name, email, and phone number. We always want that. What is your time frame to sell? That's right there, turned on. Would you sell in the next 1 to 3 months if you got the right price? That's great. And, all right. So for the third, because I'm doing the 100-point home marketing plan, right, in the text, see how my 100-point home marketing plan works for your home. I'm going to turn that on. Because when people click that ad, I want them to say yes to actually getting the plan. Because now in my follow-up, now you cannot add an address field. You cannot even ask for an address in the ad. It's fair housing. I get asked that all the time. You can't do it. So you're going to have to, when you follow up, you're going to have to ask them, just say, hey, Betty, thank you for clicking on the ad for the, 455 Circle Court that just went into contract in Folsom. And I saw that you'd like to get my 100 plus point home marketing plan for your home. what is your home address so that I can customize it for you? All right. If they said yes to, would you sell in the next 1 to 3 months if you got the right price? Similar to before, I'm gonna Betty, I saw that you might be open to looking at an offer if you got the right price for your home. First of all, what is your home address? All right. Betty tells me her home address. I say, okay, phenomenal. And what price are you thinking of? What price would make you at least take a look at an offer? And Betty's going to be, you know, crazy. She's gonna be 2001 pricing, and she's gonna tell me, you know, $1.5 million, and I'm gonna say, great. I'm gonna be thinking it's only worth 950, but sure, I'm not gonna argue with Betty over this. I'm just gonna say, great. When you have 5 minutes for me to come by and take a quick look, I've got 23 buyers looking for a home in the area. Some are pre-qualified, been looking for a while, and I'd love to be able to present this to them and see if we can't get you a few offers. Right. But of course, as a professional real estate agent, I can't just shop a property that I've not even looked at. Right. That's not professional. That's not something I would do. And what does that do? That gives you the ability. Now, if you obviously you might want to get a 1 day, 3 day, 7 day listing agreement so that you could show that home to your people in your database. I would take my 100 plus point home marketing plan from listings to leads with me. All right. So I can leave a copy with them, but it's going to help you engage a lot more of these seller leads. Does that make sense? And here's the deal. You don't know what of the three funnels are going to make them curious. You don't know, is it their home value possibly changing? That's going to get them to take action. Is it the idea that, hey, you just got that home into contract. You just got that home sold and you got more buyers. We're thinking about selling. Or is it oh, you just got a home into contract or you just got a home sold and you got a 100 point home marketing plan? You got more views than Zillow? Like, wow, right? People look at Zillow as the end all be all. So why not just compare and contrast a little bit, right? We know it's not apples to apples, but the homeowner doesn't know that. Geez, they think this Zillow's estimate is accurate 9 times out of 10, and when we know it's way off usually. All right. Any questions on any of this so far? Are we comfortable? Are we excited? Are we? Excuse me. Are we? Are you guys comfortable? Give me a yes in the chat real quickly. I can't hear you saying yes in the audio because you're all muted, but give me a quick yes in the chat that we're good to go so far. And then I'm going to go do a PDF guide. So I was looking at the stats. Is everybody sleeping or are we good? All right, come on, somebody give me a thumbs up. I'm going to type in, we good? Oh, there we go. All right. Vivian. Thank you so much, Vivian. All right. Let's go look at a PDF guide. I saw one that was really good for the sellers this week, and that was downsizing. I think it was like that was also like $8 to $9 a seller lead. So let's go take a look. We have 80 different guides. You can upload your own custom guide too. Let me show you the downsizing, and then I'll show you how to do a custom one. I'm going to just type in down in the search, downsizing guide for homeowners. There's a few other downs as well, but I like this one. Click marketing tools. It'll drop you on the Facebook and Instagram ad by default. I can change the objective, but I like to leave it as lead ads, and it will send them the PDF guide automatically. Now, the only difference, excuse me, is you're going to have to type in the location, lifetime budget. Again, it's a seller, so I'm going to up that to 105. Just 105 at 7 days is 15 a day. I can change the text. I can change the image. We can do a video, like I said before. And again, advanced options, create new form. And now I'm going to look at the questions. Let's see what we got. We got name, email, and phone number. All right. What is your time frame to sell? I'll leave that for a minute. Are you looking to buy when your home sells? Would you like my free ultimate guide to buying a home? No, I'm not going to do that because I'm already getting this guide. Find out your home's market value and cash offer. All right. I'm sorry, your home's market value and buyer demand. That's an option. Would you sell in the next 1 to 3 months if you got the right price? I like that one as well. So I'm going to leave that one turned on. What's your magic number for your home? All right. So if I'm doing, for example, the golden letter funnel, I might use that question. The 100-point home marketing plan. I always love that one. Real quickly, a quick note on that one. If you use this question, the options are yes, yes, and please customize for my home. Not right now. I had a client, she ran an ad, and of the first 3 people that came through, 2 of them said, yes, and please customize for my home. What are you going to do when that happens? You're going to get a photo of their home off of Google Street View, Zillow, whatever, as long as you're not taking another photographer's photos, and upload that photo. So I love Google Street View because I can take Google Street View, throw it into Chat GPT, get a beautiful photo. I'll show you an example of that in a little bit. And then, but you're going to create the custom 100+ point home marketing plan, just like I did here, where their home is on the cover, their name, their address is on the cover. All right. But there's another one that's really good. See how AI can help you sell faster for top dollar. That's a great one. All right. So there's a lot of great questions. Right? The autoresponder is turned on by default. So they're going to get the autoresponder with the link to the guide. And they're also going to be taken, when they click through the ad, they'll be taken to a page where they can download your guide. And it's always branded to you. There's nothing you need to do. It pulls from your profile. So your picture, your logo, your brand colors, your brand font, right? All that stuff. Create ad. Now, if you've got a custom guide, and actually I did this over the weekend, I created a guide, because I was kind of goofing around. I was like, what would be the most ridiculous PDF guide I could create? How to take a shower in 5 minutes. All right. If you've ever watched Seinfeld, Kramer has problems taking a shower properly. And so I was thinking, I was like, just, or as an exercise, right? Sometimes doing random things like that is really good for process, because I'm not worried about, oh my God, does it read perfectly? Yeah, I just wanted to try it. And so I had a custom guide. And so if you've got a custom guide, let me see let's see, to do an ad for a custom guide. Let me see, maybe go to ads. Let's see here. Create Facebook ad. You can do Google as well. Create PDF. There's custom ad, but let me do create PDF guide ad. Custom ad will be what we do for like IDX. So if you got like if you use Chat GPT, Claude, Gemini, and like maybe Gamma to create a custom guide. So right under recommended, upload guide, right? That's custom. Upload custom report. Is it a buyer or seller guide? Well, it's a relocation guide or whatever, right? So I'll just select buyers. We do that for the tags and different things like that. So you can upload the guide, put in your primary text, right? That'll be above the image. You can upload a video or the image itself. You got the headline, description, call to action, create new form, or it'll be the default. Just type in location, right? If you want to add interest, it'll do automatic. There's my conversion pixel, lifetime budget. Again, I'm going to say $70, $10 a day. It'll have the autoresponder by default. If I want to edit it a little bit, don't delete this report link or name, because that's going to pull from whatever you added. So if you want to edit it, just don't edit the tags, leave those alone, and create ads. So if you got a custom guide, using listings to leads makes getting an ad for it done with a Facebook lead ad with those same custom questions so easy. All right. It's so powerful. Very, very easy. So now we've done listings for sale. We've done listings pending sold. We've done a PDF guide, right? Buyer guides work the same as the seller guides. And again, I can do video. In fact, I looked at a client. He did a video for a PDF guide, and he's generating seller leads at like $8 a lead as well, doing a quick video. All right, let's go to landing pages, and we'll end up on landing pages. And again, if anybody wants to put in their website domain, please feel free to do that. And we'll do one, like a custom list of pool homes for sale, custom list of, single story homes for downsizing, a custom list of like whatever you want at your website, so that the Facebook is pulling people to where they can see that particular list of homes. So if you want to, you have a website, throw it into the chat, and I'll take a look at it in a minute. Excuse me while I finish my coffee. Now there's lots of default landing pages. I will show you my how to take a shower landing page if you want. It's kind of funny. I thought it was actually pretty good though. What? Do I still have it? Or I didn't delete it. Let me just type in shower. Oh yeah, there we go. Preview. And so the video, Chat GPT and Grok, how to take an amazing shower in 5 minutes, get the free guide. I left it kind of simple. Just name an email. I could have had phone number. I can add custom questions, send the information. Boom. Let me check my email, and I'm going to show you. It took me like a half hour to do all of it. I'm going to pop this out. So here's that autoresponder. Here's your free guide. The report can be downloaded. And here is the guide. So I used Chat GPT or Gemini. I can't remember. And then I used Gamma to prepare the guide as a PDF. But that's pretty good. Right? And again, yeah. Because I was like, I always tell my kids, you don't need to take more than 5 minutes in the shower. No, I don't time them. I'm sure they love taking 20-minute showers like kids do. A lot of people do. But that's why I was just like, you know what? A 5-minute shower is all you need. So anyways, and it was all AI. The pictures, the videos, the landing page copy, the PDF guide. I always edit, right? Creating content with AI takes a minute or two. It is the editing that takes a long time, because I want to make sure, no matter how good the AI is, that it makes the most sense possible, that it's clear and logical. As great as AI is, it's still not going to be how I want to tailor it for my audience, if that makes sense. So with that, I will show you iBuyer. So here's iBuyer. We've also got price reduced homes for sale. We got 3 different ones. These are great. Recruiting, where you can create custom like I just showed you. So I'm going to go iBuyer. I'll click on marketing tools. The landing page is completely editable. And I'm going to show you, where is, here we go. So this is the text of an ad. If you want to take a screenshot, please feel free. So the agent that's running this ad, this is the text. This is the image. And they were actually in another Facebook group, and it's all running through listings to leads. And somebody asked like, hey, what's a great way to get listings right now? And they were like, man, we're running this cash offer. And I recognize the ad numbers and how those, oh, that's listings to leads. And so this is what they've got. Now, I don't know how their offer works exactly, but yeah, get a full market cash offer without listing your home. Most homeowners, and I tell you, this is great for Google as well, right? The cash offer is great with Google. Now, expired is still my favorite. You can do this, but you definitely want to be doing the expired. We do a lot of training on that. We got one at 4:00 today, but And then this was the image, just very similar, right? Full market cash offer without listing your home. Then they say get a fair market cash offer, no repairs, no showings, close in 21 days, licensed realtor, not investor. I think that part is smart because a lot of times people will get inundated with investors bothering them and they're lowballing like half the price. So I don't know, how are you making a full market offer? Like what's the catch? But regardless, you could just put fair market cash offer, because we know, similar to FSBOs, most cash offer people are not going to take the cash offer. If they need the money, right, they're going through something in their life where like, it's just not worth it. I will take the haircut off of the list price with a cash offer, great. People will do that. But a lot of the times they just go, oh, you know what? We're not that interested now that you're showing me 75 or 80% of what I think I could sell it for. And then they've seen your 100-point home marketing plan, because you're going to share that with them, right, while you're doing the cash offer. And then they go, oh man, that plan you got's amazing. Why don't we go that route first? So again, lead ad, traffic, or video view. Here's the deal. You can do video with lead ad. So just because you're adding a video doesn't mean you can't do a lead ad. So I'm going to do a lead ad. Again, location. And, give me 1 second. Sorry, 1 second. I'm going to pause. I always forget to do this. I need to pause my screen for half a second. Give me 1 second. Otherwise, I always mess up something and then my assistant has to go through. There, we're good to go. All right. I'm going to give you a post-webinar survey because it is my goal that you walk away from this with learning things that you can apply to your business. And if you can't, then I need to know that so I can get better. All right. So I'm going to put the link and I'll put it in one more time at the end, but I would really, really, really absolutely love your feedback on this call after we're done. All right. So we're doing the cash offer. So location, radius of 15 miles, lifetime budget of $50. Again, 105. 1 week. I can change the image. We have different images for this. You can upload your own custom image. You can upload a video like you saw with the other ad, right? I can change the text completely. I can retarget. I can go to a custom audience. Obviously, I wouldn't do a buyer audience, but a seller. And I want to look at those questions. So again, I'm going to go advanced options and create new form. And here are those questions. Let's just open them up, see what we got. So again, name, email, phone number. What's your time frame to sell? And would you sell in the next 1 to 3 months if you got the right price? It's a little duplicative of the ad, but I'm going to leave it for a second. And maybe you do what's your magic number so you can get a number out of them before, because sometimes when you talk to them, they go, well, what would you pay for it? And then now you're the one that has to argue back and forth, right? Getting them to say a number first. So that could be a good one. And then also maybe because it's cash offer and I look at these questions, I go, you know what, maybe take that one off and get your home's value and instant cash offer options. All right. Because then it opens the door for me giving them their home value. And, I've got 2 great questions that refer to value. Create form. And so I just hope you appreciate how questions can shape and amplify and help us with our follow-up, because it gives us stuff to talk about. It gives us something to talk about. If I was only going to get name, email, and phone number, right, I'm sitting there lost in the wind. I mean, I know what they responded to in the ad, but when we can get even a little bit more information within which to respond, it helps 2 to 3x your follow-up easily. And then create ad. Now, a couple of things I didn't talk about that I want to make sure we talk about. Yeah, Sherry Kimball. Yeah. Just ping me in the mastermind group and I'll get a hold of you, or just DM me on Facebook. Yeah. Yeah. No problem. No problem. Yeah. Well, Cameron, that's follow up, right? And it's also asking the right questions and making sure you respond to the questions that they've replied to. Right. My wife is a mortgage broker. She runs ads, and yeah, she does pretty well. Wow. She does really, really well. Because again, she knows to make sure, what questions am I asking, and then make sure I follow up with that. Now, a couple of things I did not mention yet. One, for the listings, home value, and a few of the landing pages, we got the AI text follow up, which I highly, 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 highly recommend. All right. Most of you, unless you're really good with follow up, right, which I hope you are, man, I'm telling you, the AI text follow up is golden. If I click right here, never lose a lead again. All right. A little bit about it. Hit next. Right. It's like $1 a conversation. You don't need to start off with anything big. Just start off with 50 leads. If your CRM doesn't have it, hit next. You'll do a credit card. Excuse me. And then the next one after that, you will give your AI bot a name, right? You'll select from like a list of like 15 to 20 names. And then you'll check buyer leads, seller leads, or both. That is phenomenal, because it's just great to know that, hey, you know what? I'm going on vacation next week. I'm going to be busy. I'm not in the mood. Some days we're just not in the mood. And that AI text is still working there behind the scenes. You'll be notified when the AI text initiates. You'll be notified every time the lead responds. You'll get an email. It'll have everything in there. I can tap the email, go right to the conversation in my Listings to Leads account. And then I can always turn off the AI text if I feel like, hey, you know what? The seller just said something there. Let me call back, because as soon as you connect with them, if once it qualifies the lead, it'll turn off, or B, as you're doing the follow up and you connect with them, you can turn it off. Okay. Number two is, if your ad is doing really, really well. So you got an ad and it's performing really well, and you don't want it to end, because you're getting, good leads at a good cost per lead. So what can you do to make sure the ad doesn't reset? Because it could go to a whole new, what am I trying to say? A whole new algorithm, to a whole new audience. So what you do is this. Let's just say the ad is on. All right. The ad is turned on, and you're going to get a notification from Listings to Leads the day before it ends. And so I'm going to click the link in the email, and I'm going to see like, oh, wow, I'm generating leads at like $3.45. And man, that's a great cost. I don't want it to end. Here's what you do. Click edit and scroll down to budget. And all we're going to do is add more money. So it said 69. I think it had 70 before. I must have accidentally. So let's say we did 70. Well, I'm going to take that 70, go to 140. And so now I'm going to spend another $70. So the 140 is for the entire lifetime of that ad. And I will just extend my end date one more week to March 4th and hit update. And that's it. That way the ad will keep running. The other thing is, where do you look to see the ad is costing you? Never mind. Yeah. The ad cost per lead will be just right here. You'll see that. How many leads, cost per lead. All right. For every ad, I can always click where it says 0 in mine, and it'll take me right to all of my leads. The other thing is, if your ad is a clunker and it's just not performing well, all right, I would say for a buyer, anything over, for me, anything over like $7, really for me, $6. For the average person, $8. Because I've been doing this for a while. I've got it kind of tuned into my audiences. But if I would say for anybody, if your ad's not coming in at under $6 for a buyer listing, under $10 for a buyer guide or like landing page, then I would just stop it. So all you do is go stop, turn it off. 7 times out of 10, if I were to just rerun the ad, it's going to perform a lot better. Double check your photos, double check that the video makes sense. You know, double check you didn't do anything weird, like take your 15-mile radius to 100 miles, and check your text that you didn't add in a bunch of like weird stuff, right? Always go back just to our default if you need to. Just go back to our default text. Normally that performs really, really well. Sometimes people love to get in there, and some people are great at being able to write. Some people think they're great at being able to write. But what happens is they do this whole post, right, custom, and they run it as an ad, but people just go, what in the world are they even saying? Right? That sounds good up here in our heads, but when we put it out in the universe and people are on Facebook looking at our ad, they're just like, what the hell? Like, what are you trying to say? Any advice in attaching e-flyers to advanced editor and bold trail? Yeah, Mark. I don't know. Get into the mastermind group on that one. I mean, I just don't know bold trail. So yeah, I wouldn't really know, yeah, what to put there. I mean, if you can attach them, not, yeah. But real quickly, let's do custom list of homes. And let's see who was first. All right. I always want to be Betty. Oh, Betty Ortiz, real estate. Gotta. I was reading that like Betty Ortiz. There we go. Betty Ortiz real estate.com. I'll try Betty. Oh, better. My gosh. That is funny. Betty. Betty. Betty's like, oh my God, my site's down. No, I did better Ortiz. Oh, that's pretty. I love that logo. All right. So let's see. I'm kind of doing this off the fly. I've never looked at this website before. I guess I got to accept by all listings. Currently no listings. Betty, where are you at? What area should I be looking for? So Betty, tell me what area you're in so I can type in, because I probably can't do Fuller. Are you in Fullerton? Let's see what we got. Nope. Let me see. Betty, tell me real quickly, or I can just try somebody else. It's going to be very similar. Essentially what you want is your link, and Betty may not be with us. So VCorn. Let's try VCorn. VCorwin. And buyer, start your home search. Oh, we got saved. All right, that'll be perfect. Let's look. Oh, that's going to have me log in. All right, so again, I don't know what area. Foley, you're in probably Alabama. 800,000 residential, property subtype, bedroom, bathroom, square foot, price reductions. Let's just say price reductions in the last month. And status refinement. Sort by advanced, elementary, high school, exterior features. Let's see if we got pool, interior features, laundry features. Yeah. All right. Well, that's fine. Let me see here. Boom. All right. So get my link. And sometimes you build this in the back end, or you can just go to your website and look it up. All right. So this is going to be a list of price reduced homes for sale. I guess there's only one, but you get the idea, I hope. So in listings to leads, go to ads, and Pensacola. Oh, cool. So that's probably why. I'll tell you, let's go back real quick. If I love Pensacola. I've been to Pensacola. I tell you, I still remember how beautiful the water is. If you've never been to Pensacola, there is a reason why they call it the Emerald Coast. That water is so green that it looks like you're in an Instagram filtered video. All right. So I'm on ads. So, and you can do this for Google too. This is great for Google, but Facebook, custom ad, price reduce or pool homes for sale. You could, whatever, you could do traffic, but I still like to do lead ads because what if they don't sign up at my website? What if my website doesn't have great sign up? What if I want to get different information than what's on the sign up form at my website? So I still want to do lead ads, but you can do whatever you want. Now I'm going to drop this link in and click fetch, although probably nothing's going to happen. Yeah. A lot of times these IDX links just won't work for fetching the image and the information. So, I'm going to use, in fact, I've got the text. I'm going to give this to all of you. This has worked great across multiple property types and locations. You just take that, and I'll put it in the mastermind group later. And you just edit this to be appropriate for your area. So I would say looking for a home, looking for a home with, looking for homes on the water that are price reduced. Get a free list of homes for sale with price reductions near or on the water, updated every 15 minutes from the MLS. See homes with the best price reductions. And then maybe I'll say pools, optional maybe, on or near the water, and walking to shopping or parks. And maybe for the last one, I do walking distance to the beach, right? That'd be a great one. And then, you can add emojis. There's the green box is great. The other check mark, right? This one, you can do the green check mark. And then here I might do like the sun on or near the water. Right here, I'll do like a swimming one or just water. And then here, walking or shopping, I'll do where I'm walking. And then here, walking distance to the beach, I'll do the beach. Now, earlier I said I don't like carousel ads, if anybody remembers that. The only time I like carousel ads are for these kinds of ads. Because what I want to do is then I would go to my website, I would save, because typically you can do, if you want to ask your broker or your MLS if you're allowed, but you're typically allowed to use photos in an ad or a post that is going to the IDX where you're doing a list of homes for sale. All right. With permit, unless I've got permission, I can't use this photo, right? Because it's not my photo, right? It's in, to advertise this property, I'm saying. But if I'm doing a custom list of homes for sale that's going to my IDX, then typically that is allowed. Now, always ask your broker or your MLS. I do not give legal advice. I don't want to hear someone coming back to me later and going, Scott, I did what you said and I got into trouble. So always ask your broker, always ask your MLS. Worst case scenario, what you do is just take some of your older listings, use Chat GPT or ask for permission if you need to. And I'm going to say, tap to get a free list now, whatever you want to do. There's lots of, coaches, trainers, they got their A/B tested. Everyone says that. Oh yeah, this letter is A/B tested. Oh, what they mean is the first one didn't work, but this one did. All right. Get the latest and newest price reductions now. Location, Pensacola, Florida. I'll do a lifetime budget. Still want to do $10 a day because it's a buyer. It's going to go for 1 week. Change media, upload image or video. So I'm going to upload those images. And so I didn't really mention it before too much, but I want to show homes at different price points and different styles so that people can just get a nice feel for, oh, these are the different types of price reduced homes for sale, or these are the different types of homes that are available with the pool. And you know what I mean? So maybe different price points, maybe different locations in my area, just to give, and you can do up to 5. So I just want to show a few other properties. All right. Again, create new form. I want to take a look at those questions. All right. What's your time frame to buy? I'm going to leave that there. Would you like my ultimate guide to buying a home? Right. I can leave that there. And then, would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? I'm going to say yes. Now, you may wonder, well, why are you going to say yes to that one? I'm going to say yes because it's kind of like a double opt-in. All right. It's almost like a double opt-in. Now, if I want, do you have a home to sell? Because I only want 3 in addition to name, email, and phone number. Maybe I'll take that one out. If you do 4 questions, I've not seen 4 questions work very well in addition to name, email, and phone number. So name, email, and phone number don't count because that autofills. I've not seen a ton of ads with 4 questions, but I've seen a few, and they don't seem to work very well because by the time they get to the 4th one, I think what it is they're like, how many more questions are there? I'm out of here. And so 3 questions works great. I've not seen any increase in cost per lead from doing 3 questions. 4 questions, not good. I can retarget, advanced options. If I want to include an autoresponder, I can, or just, put them on my website and create ad. What would you do? What if you don't have a link to MLS on your website? Well, then you just use a landing page. We got the price reduced landing page. You can do a custom landing page. So for example, I did pool. All right. So custom list of pool homes for sale. Right. I think this one has kids jumping around. One of them does. Let's see. Or that just has a picture of a pool. And that's just a demo, whatever. But in fact, check this out. If I go if I go edit and background video, we've got a lot of stock images, stock videos. I don't know if we have anything related to pool, but let me go stock videos and then pools. See what comes up. I'm not sure what that is, but let me just see. I don't want a public pool. Ooh, that could be kind of cool. If you want a suntan guy, you got that guy, that video. Might be a little bit off, but it's kind of cool. Let me type in homes with pools. Homes with pools. And search. And let's see if we got anything interesting here. Modern luxury. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, that's kind of cool. Not really our area. I mean, yeah, whatever. Or I could take my own video clip. I could literally take my own video clip and upload it, right? Or go find a video clip somewhere else or an image somewhere else, what have you. For the home with more land, would you do price reduce or market a listing? For home with more land, would we do price reduced? Well, is it price reduced? I mean, it would be, price reduced. If you got a listing that's price reduced, you can market that listing as price reduced. right? So when you reduce the price in your account, like for example, if I were to go, I don't put a lot of prices in these listings, but let me see something. Your comment above said, oh, well, yeah, that was just an example of that copy. That's all. It could have been list of pool homes for sale, list of price reduced homes for sale, list of homes with land for sale, a list of single story homes for downsizing for sale. You get what I'm saying, Lynn? Does that make sense? Hey Scott, what is the best strategy just like for new build to market? So new or hey Scott, what is the best strategy to select new build? Well, if you go to listingsleads.com/new construction, you will see our new construction. So if I go new construction and here, right, the first thing I talk about is identify new construction projects. So here, I just mean that in a more global setting. But if you want to go after, I'm assuming you meant for over 60, so, downsizing, then I would just focus on new construction where, single story homes, 2 to 3 bedrooms, low maintenance, right? Not these massive yards, but maybe a nice kitchen or patio so they can be outside and inside. And then just focus and then, gather information, market specific units. I like marketing both, play around with both, right? Get permission from the builder or whatever is appropriate that you need. If somebody in your office has a listing that meets that, then go for that. You can also market the entire community or project, and then eventually build relationships and so on. Oh, 600, yeah, Robert. I mean, I don't know what does it matter? Yeah, yeah. What's the best strategy? It's like new build to market for new home buyers. Yeah, yeah. Just find a listing. Yeah, and your office, dude, you got carte blanche to market any listing in your office. So I would just go find, and this is true for, listen, great question. This is true for all of you. If you're going to market listings that are not yours, find the listing in the best price point and the best market and the best niche for your business. All right. So go ahead and look at the MLS. What is selling the most? What's got the best turnover? What's the market that's got the most buyers in it? Right. That is kind of in line with my business. Some of you just don't want to deal with $400,000 or lower first time home buyers. I get it. Then find, what is selling the most. Like, you don't want to sit here and market a $4 million listing on Siesta Key, right? They sell every 2 years. You're going to be sitting here generating a lot of looky-loo leads that are they just wanted to see the pictures. That's all. They don't want to talk to you. You're showing off a $4 million listing. Why not? Let me go see what the kitchen looks like. I'm not a real lead. So I want to be in a market that's got good turnover, that's got good interest, right? That is selling, right? So don't just market I mean, you got to market your listings because that's part of what you do for your sellers. But when I'm going for like, hey, I'm really trying to just generate some leads to grow my business, then, right, when I don't have a listing or I've already played out the current listing, then I'm going to take a look at going after, again, making sure I'm being strategic about what is it or what list of homes at my website am I going to market? Is there a way to test it before you post it to make sure it works? Selena, to make sure what works? I mean, the ad will work. Yeah, there's no way. I mean, there's no draft ad, but once you submit it, what will happen is, like, let's say it's for a listing. Ah, well, even here. So, for example, let's go back to ads. You can do this right where we created the ad at, or if you're on the ads dashboard, right? See how that's on? So that's not on. It's on, but it's not live. It's not spending any money. After about 2 minutes, it takes about 2 minutes. Then I click view ad because if I do it too soon, it's going to say it's broken when it's not. It just hasn't populated. All right. And then I go show ad, the blue over here, show ad. In fact, I'll just show you. And Oh, hell, look at that. I posted my first Facebook ad 1 week, yada, yada, yada. Within the hour, I received a lead meeting with them this week. Oh, there you go. All right. In fact, he's with a new office client. So looking for a home price. That's the ad that we just did. All right. I can scroll through and see the different homes that, might be attractive. Would I like to list? Yes. Do you have a home to sell? I'll just say yes. Continue. Name, email, phone number. Continue. Submit. And you should always do this. It's the question wasn't, the answer is kind of like no to the question, but you should always run through an ad, especially in the beginning when you're new to this, so you can see the flow of the lead. What did the lead see? All right. And use your brain, all right, and think like, does that make sense? All right. Because when you're going to follow up with them, it's good to know what is it that they did and saw so that my follow up again matches. And here I am. I'm on Vivian's website. Vivian now has, now she doesn't because it's going to me, but ostensibly Vivian would have my name, my email, my phone number. System wide, we see 85% good phone numbers and or good emails. And she also knows my time frame to buy. She knows I would like to list a price reduced homes for sale. And she knows that I have a home to sell. Right? Beautiful. The link to the MLS. Well, I wouldn't link to the MLS. I mean, if your website does not have IDX, I guess I would go to the MLS, but I would prefer to link it to my website IDX. But if all you've got is your MLS link, the easiest thing to do is like on your computer, if you got the ability to either email yourself the link or send yourself the link via the text message application on your computer and then open it up on your phone, because half the people are going to be looking at it on the phone anyways. And so, for example, if I take this right here and I email it to myself, I'm going to do it right now. Then Vivian, I'll grade your website on mobile. And so there's the link. I'm going to open it up and we're going to see IDX. Okay. Yeah. Looks great. Perfect. Boom. And it opened up exactly what I expected it to. All right. Now, the only thing it didn't do, and you might be able to do this on the back end, it's small. Now, yeah. So it shows arrows pointing down, showing that it's price, kind of giving me the hint that, yeah, these are price reduced. But at the header along the top, if it were to say, these are price reduced homes for sale, that's a small little thing. All right. Very small. But anyways, yeah. So Selena, Selena, does that answer your question? Oh my gosh, it's 12:20. All right. I got to go. I didn't realize I was keeping everybody so late. I apologize for keeping everybody so late, but I hope you got a lot of good value. Would absolutely love it if you took and checked out that survey. Would love to get your feedback on that survey. And yeah, with anything else, get into the mastermind group. Let us know how we can help you. Get with our support team if you need to. And with that, have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon.